with the second season. This one is gonna be utter rubbish, so enjoy! So, after a decent end to the season, we had a look at our squad. Our rented keeper did okay, but we felt we could do better, so that's something we got to improve. Our defense was so that's going to be a main focus. And we're also going to have a look at keeping some of the players we loaned, like Miretti, Pavlovic and the likes. And then we'll snooze around the free transfers to see what is available. The first things we did was sign Rainieri, Miretti and Pavlovic that had all been on loan and did quite well for us. After that we looked for a goalkeeper and found Renato Sanchez, quite cheap, of Genoa. Then it was basically poaching the free transfer market with Gil, Veltman, Partey, Fabinho and at the end Laporte coming in. He was the major signing of the window. We also loaned in Cherki and Wrench to have some more depth to the squad. On the out market, we did get a lot of people off on freeze, but we also sold like our backup striker Piccoli, Schumi got sold, Diatta was sold, Ekelkamp was sold, Pejicic was sold, but the big sales were Soule and Bijol. Both are central defenders, and that's also part of the reason why we got new defenders in. Overall, we sold for more than we bought for, so it was a good financial window. Like normal, we start against Atalanta and we lose against Atalanta. At least this time we got a goal and it was a 2-1, not a 6-1, so that's nice. Next game against Palermo was better. Solbakken got a goal, we won. Then we were back to our normal self from away from home and lost 2-0 to Brianza. We started September with a loss against Rome. Against Sampdoria, our new defender scored, so we drew, that was quite fine. And then our big game was winning against Juventus. And our loanee, Cherki, scored his first goal for the club. Overall, September was a good month for us, and we were hoping to continue like that. October also started nice. 2 of our new signings scores, and we beat Inter at home. Then we lost to Naples, that was not so good. And the final match of the month was a draw against Salento, but we were not scoring many goals. In November, the season was turning bad. We lost all 4 games and the only 2 goals we got was from our central defenders. Our midfielders and strikers were in an absolute rut and the sack was looming. We started December on a high note with a win against Empoli. Then we got screwed over by Como, drew against Bologna and lost against Hellas Verona. The upside was it was enough to save the job. The downside was we are still not scoring and our point tally is quite weak. At the halfway mark of the season we were down in it. We were not in the relegation zone, but we were not far off. Our biggest problem was our strikers were not scoring goals, and that's pretty much all of it, because we were not conceding that much. We only lose by 1, maybe 2 goals, but our strikers that had been so prolific last season were now just not. So what do we do when it's going to shit? Yes, we go to the transfer market. We don't have much money to buy players with, so there will only be panic loans. We got Pio Esposito of Lunari, Silva, the central back from Arsenal, Grönbeck, a midfielder from AC Milan, and Maxcotti from Naples. They were all going to make a good impact in the second half of the season and got a lot of playing time. On the out end, we tried to get rid of some players we did not want. There was not really enough buyers because we were doing badly, so not a lot of clubs wanted to sign players from us. But we did manage to get some money from Partey, Kaleo and Ljubicic. So it helped us balance the books, and they had been playing badly. So overall, I'd see the transfer market was well done, but we'll see how it goes during the coming months. In January, things were starting to look up. Our new signings scored some goals and we won more games than we drew or lost. So hope was starting to come back to the club. We will see later on if that continues. If you've seen the headline, you know maybe how it goes. But overall, P Esposito was great. The rest of the signings more so, but we have a striker now, so that's really fun. February was more of the same. We won 2 games, we drew 2 and we lost 2. Profundi started scoring some, P Esposito scored some, and even Brenner gets another goal again. Overall, we did not do too badly. The saddest part was the 1-1 at home to Como in the cup, because we were absolutely hammering them on XG. But their goalkeeper had a good game, ours did not, and it's a 1-1 draw, so we'll see how it goes in the next leg. In March we were back to the same old not so goodness. Laporte was our top goal scorer with 2 goals, but it was 2 draws and a loss. We were tumbling down the table again, and it doesn't really seem like there is a lot that can save this season. The team is not doing well, the cohesion is kind of low, and overall the signings we did for all the year were more misses than hits. April was the same as March, just with more games. We scored all of 1 goal in 5 matches, but we only conceded 3 goals in 5 matches. So our formation is looking good defensively, but our offense is sad. And the worst of all, we lost away against Como in the cup, so there will be no cup final to save this season. It's looking kinda bleak at the moment. May was more of the same, but a little bit better. We actually won 2 games, we scored a few more goals, we conceded a few more goals, but at the end of the season we had gone up 2 spots. We were in 13th, not 15. It was a terrible season all around. A few more points would have gotten us a few more spots, but yeah, we were hoping for Europe, and what we got was a relegation battle. This is sad. The team of the season shows why we did so badly this season. Our defense was about on par, same with the goalkeeper, but if you look at the midfielders and the attackers, it's just bleak. Brenner had close to 20 goals last season, now he's at 3. Gil only had 2, Moretti managed 0, even Profundi had 6 from like 15. And yeah, overall it was just not a good season for us. Thank you all for watching the video. I'm sorry it had a bit of shoddy quality. I did some technical stuff that was not great, but if you made it to the end, thank you very much. And if you want to see more of this, please like and subscribe, that helps me a lot. And I do promise we will do better next season. I have it all wrapped up, and it's not going to be as sad and bleak as this one was. Have a good one.